universe. Here's how to learn to love compound interest and it make you rich. I'm actually what I'm sharing with you all right now. I should be, really only people that's invested in a course or have some type of vested interest with me should be. I really should be teaching this too. I'm just being honest for where it can set people financially. So the story goes on like this. Benjamin Franklin left 5,000 to each of his cities of Boston and Philadelphia when he died in 1790. The goal was that each city would create a fund that would last for 200 years. So I know you're thinking 5,000 is not a lot now, but it was in 1790. The needy could borrow from that fund at 5% interest. After 100 years, each city could withdraw 500,000 from the fund, leaving the rest of the money to work for the next 100 years. Why did Franklin do it? To help people understand the importance of compound interest. And when you cash out your crypto, your stocks, your asset, or even you flip real estate, then I know people don't really understand this. So as soon as you find out, compound interest can either speed up or sabotage your dreams to achieve financial freedom. It's great if you routinely save money, but it can be cruel mistress if you are borrowing it. And see, this is the only way some people know compound interest is when they borrow money. Franklin described it as, he proclaimed, money makes money. And the money that makes money makes money. I got to highlight this. I'm gonna put this in the comment. I'm gonna make it rich for you. What is compound interest? A simple definition is when money makes money and the money that's making money makes money. It's when your money makes money and then they go out and find friends, lifelong friends, and they continue to reduplicate themselves. It is likely the most simplest description of compound interest you ever heard. Money makes money, and the money that makes money makes money. That's great. Benjamin Franklin. We gotta love that. So in short, the key to growing your wealth is to use compound interest to your financial benefit. And the second part is, and this is why Albert Einstein, now this is Benjamin Franklin's quote, money makes money, and the money that makes money makes money. But this is why Albert Einstein said that when you understand compound interest, it is the eighth wonder of the world. This is why people desperately need a financial education, because they do not know what they do not know. People finding and having the money to put in crypto is the easiest part. It doesn't take a real high financial IQ to do that, to drop $100 or $1,000 in SHIB or Ethereum or Bitcoin. It does not take. But what takes the highest financial IQ and financial education is how to keep it once it begins to get compound interest, and how not to flip it and why you should not flip it back into cash. So Albert Einstein says compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, you all listen, Linda, please listen. The most genius minds that had ever lived said this. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pay it. People, you are either leveraging or you are being leveraged. Either you are selling or you are being sold. Compound interest is the eight, and why number 8? 8 represents the infinity sign upside down. Is a continuously return. So he who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Compound interest, again, is the ability to earn interest on top of interest. This is a biblical standard. In Matthew 25, when the master came to the servant and said, why didn't you at least put my money into the banks where it can earn interest? See, he was talking about, why didn't you get my compound interest? Because I had left and I went away for a long time. And the servant said, well, I knew you was a harsh servant, and you reap where you had not sown, and you harvest where you have not toiled. I mean, where you did not even labor or work, you get a harvest from it. He was talking about compound interest. He said, I want an exponential growth. I didn't want you to just give me back what I gave you. I didn't want you to give me this one coin, gold coin back. I expected exponential growth. I expected compound interest. You should at least put my money in the banks. And the master was so upset with that servant because he did not give him compound interest. And a lot of people are saying, oh, it's time for the rapture and Jesus coming back. But according to Luke 19:13, the Bible says to do business until I return. You're not doing business and you're not getting compound interest. So in Matthew 14, if the master was upset with his servant because he didn't get compound interest, then if you're believing the rapture is coming, then will the master be upset with you for not getting compound interest? Even Warren Buffett, total net worth, and Warren Buffett came out with a statement today that he would get out of gold and he would get out of crypto, Bitcoin, during times of war. He would definitely stay into stock. I may pull that up later on. But Warren Buffett, best known as the highest return on investment of investing when it comes to the stocks in the stock market. Total net worth was accumulated people after he turned 50 years old. This was all due to interest earned on previous earnings, and eventually the interest on the interest earned interest. So who invented compound interest? Well, all the way back to old Babylon period. The Babylonians called it interest upon interest. In the religion world, they'll say blessings upon blessings. So then you have simple interest and you have compound interest. This is why many people don't know the power of compound interest. This is why they're so excited about flipping and taking unnecessary risks by searching for higher returns and trying to time the market instead of letting the power of compound interest work. And this is why I tell people that if you didn't invest in gold when you was like a teenager or something, you don't have time to try to get gold right now, because it takes gold so many years to give you a high interest return on your investment. Gold is not for the middle class. It is for the rich and wealthy who just need to ensure or protect their wealth. It is not meant to grow wealth. It's pretty though. It is very pretty. So if you invested $100,000, for example, 100K at 6%, it would give you a $6,000 return a year or annually. If you do that for 12 years, you will make $72,000 just in interest alone. And then you will have a total of $172,000. Now, that's just simple interest. That's a simple interest scenario. So let me give you a compound interest scenario versus simple interest. If you took that same 100K, 100,000, right, at this 6% interest, and then the next year it'll be 106,000, right? 106,000 plus the 6% interest. The next year it'll be $112,360. And after you repeat this, people, for 12 years, that's $2,001.219. That doubles your 100K investment. I should have showed you all that on the calculator because I know people are visual learners, right? So let me see if I can pull up this calculator. I'll pull up the calculator later on. So I thought the person that sent me that email, that was a great example. Great questions brought out. Some more questions I'm going to break down